how can you confirm the existence of life after death? The Quran teaches that the present life is a trial in preparation for the next realm of our existence. A day will come when the whole universe will be destroyed and recreated, and the dead will be resurrected to stand in judgment before Allah. On the day when the earth will be changed to another earth, and so will be the heavens, and they, all creatures, will appear before Allah, the One, the Irresistible. Surah 14, Ayat 48. The day of resurrection will be the beginning of another life, one that will be eternal. It is then that every person will be fully compensated by Allah for his or her good and evil deeds. The explanation that the Quran gives about the necessity of life after death is exactly what the moral consciousness of man demands. If there were no life after death, the very belief in Allah would become meaningless. Or even if one believed in Him, it would then be an unjust and indifferent deity. Having once created man and no longer being concerned with his fate, surely Allah is just. He will punish the tyrants whose crimes are beyond count, having killed hundreds of innocent people, created great corruption in society, enslaved numerous persons to serve their own whims, and so on. Because one has a short lifespan in this world, and since numerous individuals are affected by one's actions, adequate punishments and rewards are not possible in this life. The Quran very emphatically states that the day of judgment will come, and that Allah will decide the fate of each soul. Each and every human being longs for justice. Even if one does not uphold it for others, they want justice for themselves. For example, tyrants and oppressors, who are intoxicated by power and influence and inflict pain and suffering on others, will object vehemently if any injustice is done to them. The reason such people become insensitive to the suffering of others is that they feel that power and influence prevents others from doing injustice to them. Any person who has suffered injustice, irrespective of financial or social status, almost certainly wants its perpetrator to be punished. Though a large number of criminals are punished, many of them get off lightly or even scot-free. They may continue to lead pleasant, even luxurious lives and enjoy a peaceful existence. Allah may not punish a criminal in this world, but He will surely hold him accountable on the day of judgment and punish him. It is true that a wrongdoer may receive part of the justice that is due to him in this world, but it will remain incomplete. The same is true of someone who deserves great reward and repayment, who has done much good, helped or taught many people, saved lives, suffered to uphold truth, or patiently endured much hardship or injustice. No earthly compensation is adequate for such relentless courage and effort. These types of deeds can only be repaid in full in eternal life, where every individual affected by one's actions will testify for or against that person, or where one's innermost thoughts and intentions, known only to Allah, will be exposed and judged precisely and perfectly. Belief in the hereafter is completely logical. Allah has made certain things pleasing and desirable to us in this worldly life, such as justice, although it is usually unattainable. Though a person may obtain a good portion of earthly pleasures and many of his objectives, one remains convinced that the world is unjust. Now, why would the Creator implant in us the love for something we may not experience? The answer is that this life is only one portion of our existence, and the hereafter is the necessary conclusion which balances everything out. Whatever is missing here will be found there, and similarly, whatever is gained unlawfully here will result in deprivation there. That is the perfect and absolute justice Allah has promised. Finally, Allah is able to create and recreate as He wills. He creates whatever He wills, however He wills, whenever He wills. Allah, the Exalted, says, as we begin the first creation, we will repeat it. That is a promise binding upon us. Indeed, we shall do it. Surah 21, Ayat 104.